Vsauce, Michael here. No sir, not again. It's the gruesome twosome, and we're back with another video. And guess what I'm doing again? You guys have no idea. Don't read the title, don't cheat. We're doing another movie review. This one's for a movie that came out a couple months ago on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken. It's called The Woman in the Window, okay? And for one, let's address something. My haircut, it's pretty nice. Got a little line there, okay? My hair's not clapped anymore, okay? I'm not embarrassed to show my face online right now. So, I have some notes here, right? I wanna give you guys the best quality content. So, here we go. The Woman in the Window. This movie was directed by Joe Wright, starring Amy Adams, Gary Oldman, Wyatt Russell, and a few other actors and actresses. Everyone did a good job. Everyone did a good job. Summary of this movie: agoraphobic Dr. Ann Fox witnesses something she shouldn't while keeping tabs on the Russell family, the seemingly picture-perfect clan that lives across the street from her. It's a $40 million movie. It's a mystery. It takes place purely in one house, and then you get to look out the window to other houses. Essentially, there's only a couple scenes that don't take place in a house, which is pretty cool. Now, I'm going to keep this spoiler free because I realized that me just talking randomly and just putting spoilers here and there and just putting a spoiler warning, I don't think it's good. I want to encourage you to watch a movie. So I'm going to give you a spoiler free review and just tell you if it's worth your time. So let's talk about the good. The directing is fantastic. Everything just meshed together amazingly. I really love this movie. I think it's so good. And I saw reviews on it for like Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb, and I'm like, why? Why are they grading this movie so low? It's very good. It's very compelling. I don't know why they're pooping on it, man. Maybe it's because of a Netflix movie or something. I don't know, but like, it's great. It's a great movie. It's compelling. I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, all right. The writing is fan-freaking-tastic, dude. Like, not only does it talk about serious subjects like abusive households and stuff like that, but it makes characters seem real. These characters are dealing with real-world problems in this little fantasy movie world we have, in this little bubble that we get to watch, that we get to look in. But these are real-world problems. It's really, really good. The use of silence. Sometimes the score will cut out of the movie, and then characters will be talking, and there's some awkward silences between the characters. And that happens in real life. That's how actual conversations go sometimes. And so it was scarily realistic. It was great. It was great. I felt like these were real people dealing with real problems, even though I know Amy Adams is like an S-tier actress. Now let's talk about the cinematography. The cinematography, I put S-tier in my notes because it is. It's the top of the line, top of the game cinematography that you'd want out of any movie. The fact that they got such big, wide-looking shots in one environment for the whole movie, it's insane. It's actually insane. The camera angles they got to make it look like it was bigger than it was, that's fantastic. That's amazing camera work. When you only have such limited resources and you can do that, that just means you should be, at least you should be hired for other stuff. Too bad the critics really crapped on this movie. Otherwise, everyone involved would be getting a lot of work, man. I mean, Amy Adams and Gary Oldman are gonna get work no matter what. And Wyatt Russell, he's from the Winter Soldier series, and he's great. He's great. He's a great actor, man. I know everyone hates him because of the Winter Soldier series, but like, he's a great actor. He's awesome. He's great in this movie. Now, let me talk about this color freaking grading, dude. Oh my gosh. Like, not only the color grading, but they make it look like it's part of the environment, because you'll have lights come into the window that kind of look like street lights, right? Because they got the yellowish tint, but then it goes through red curtains, or it goes through blue curtains. And they make it seem like, oh, it's because of the curtains that you get these beautiful colors. Even though we all know that they're just shining the color light that they want through the window. Let's be real. And fixing it in post if there's anything wrong with it. But it looks so good. The colors, I don't know who in your house decides to have like blue curtains, then yellow curtains, and then red curtains, just different locations, different color curtains. I don't care. I love it. It's great. It's a masterclass in staging, the way you get your props, you know, your furniture, stuff like that to make it look like a home. And not only that, but the staging, because they're using a house across the street as well to help film this movie. This is on an actual street. This is a house, I'm pretty sure. And the way, they never go in the other house across the street. They always just look in through the window. And the color of the walls, what the characters are wearing, the staging is fantastic. They have to act without any cameras around them. And it's fantastic. They do great. And then, of course, the performances. Let's talk about Amy Adams. Freaking S-tier performance. I was totally convinced that Amy Adams was this character. I never saw any Amy Adams. And then I realized every movie that Amy Adams is in, her acting is just so good that I'm just encapsulated by the characters. She's such a great actor, and I don't think she gets enough credit because, man, in movies like Passenger, even in the Batman vs. Superman, like, she gives great performances. I'm not even sure what Amy Adams' personality is like because I only see her in the movies, and she's always just playing a different character, and it's great. Great job. Now, I have the okay. The score was okay. It was alright. It didn't hurt the movie, but it didn't really boost it up either. It just kind of kept it right here. Like that, everything else that I talked about, the good stuff was here, and the score was like here. You know, but here's the bad, and here's the score, right? So it's somewhere in the middle. $40 million. I think majority of that money went to the talent. Now, you have Anthony Mackie in that movie. Great on him, by the way. He keeps getting work. Like, good for him. He's got that Captain America coming out. Let's go, Anthony Mackie. He's a great actor. But did you need an actor like that that probably gets paid a decent amount in this movie? No. He doesn't really add much to the movie. He doesn't take anything away. He doesn't do a bad job. Let's get that clear. But did you need to shell out more money for this guy? No. Especially because he's not in it that much. So, like, why would you shell out that much money? And then, there's a point in the movie where it really shows you that it's rated R. Let's just say that. Not nudity or anything like that. Or, you know, saucy, you know. But, like, it gets violent. It gets pretty violent at just a random point in the movie. And you're like, whoa! Whoa! There was violence early in the movie at this point, but it's like, when it got to this point, I was like, whoa! Okay, it's rated R. You're rated R. Okay, I get it. Alright? This one scene made you rated R. I got you. Now time for the bad. Okay, so, the twists don't always land. There are a few twists in the movie. Some are really good. Some had me shocked. I have, like, when I was watching this movie, I was taking notes so I can do the review. And sometimes I just put in all caps like, what? No way! And yeah, this movie made me do that. This movie gave me some really, really good twists. And then it also had some really not so good twists, right? Some that didn't really make too much sense. Some that seemed like they were just trying to subvert expectations more than make like a good narrative. And they played into it a little bit, right? They knew they were going to do this twist. And so they filmed like a couple scenes to kind of misdirect you into where this story's going. And some of it was good, right? Because Amy Adams, you know, her character in this movie, Anna Fox, you know, she's not all there, right? Mentally. So it makes you question whether or not what you're seeing is real. And I love that part and that aspect of the movie. It's fantastic. But when there are certain points where characters aren't even trying to fool our main character, our protagonist. Their characters are not trying to fool them, but they turn away and they try to fool the audience. And I don't really like that. You're acknowledging the audience specifically and with those kind of choices, and you should really just focus on fooling the protagonist because we're trying to relate with the protagonist. If you fool the protagonist and you don't show that the protagonist is wrong, then we will be fooled as well. You don't need to misdirect us, right? You don't need some guy to turn towards the camera and then, you know, give a little, you know, cheeky thing. It's like, no, I don't want that. I don't like that. I think that's bad. And the pacing was just off here and there. It was just off. Like, it didn't hurt the movie that much, you know. But sometimes I'm like, we're just going, you know. Can we go a little faster? My last point is some things just don't make sense. There are times where it's like, oh, actually, this is the way this is. I checked. And then it turns out, no, that's not how it is. And whatever you checked was wrong. I don't know how you checked and then it was just wrong. How did they fool you in that way? I don't know. But it made some characters look very idiotic and stupid. And then there's also one part where it's one line specifically where it's just like, oh, I did this thing for this amount of time. And I'm like, how does that make any sense? That really doesn't make any sense. Like, even the craziest person in the world would see right through that, you know? So I don't know. But overall, this movie was great. Now, what is my grade for this movie? It is an A. And the reason it's on A+ is because of those bad things I talked about. But there's so much good in this movie that it's gonna get an A. It's just gonna get an A. And up until basically the twist that I didn't like, it was an A+. Easily. But then they had the twist I didn't like, and then the pacing started to get off, and then some things just didn't start making sense. Because I think they wrote it very well up until that point, and then they were like, oh shoot, where do we go from here? I guess, him. Have him do something. You know, so, but it's an A. It's great. And I would recommend watching it. And I didn't give you spoilers this time, so you actually can. There's no excuses. Subscribe. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Look out for more reviews from me in the future. I like doing these movie reviews. I hope you like watching them. If you watch to the end, you're cool, dude. And I'll see you next time. Bye.